Sometimes you have to choose your battles. Am I wrong for calling out a speaker who mocked me for taking a phone call during his presentation? So this happened at a work-related presentation I was really excited about attending. I had a kid at home with a runny nose and a fever, and I'd left him with my college-age child, who's home for the summer. I knew I might have to leave, so I sat in the back corner of the room just in case I needed to step out quickly. I thought it was the respectful thing to do. The speaker was someone I respected, and I was looking forward to his presentation. But about 10 minutes in, my phone vibrated in my pocket. It was my older kid calling, and I immediately knew it was important. I got up as quietly as possible with the intention of slipping out of the room to take the call. As I was walking to the door, I suddenly heard the speaker stop mid-sentence.
Was it something I said?
He asked, his voice full of sarcasm. I kept walking, not sure if he was talking about me or something else. But then he said again, louder this time.
It must have been something I said.
And people started looking at me. I was just trying to leave without disturbing anyone, but now the entire room was staring at me. Someone even called my name, so I turned back, and the speaker was still going.
Did I offend you, or is rudeness how you usually carry out business?
He asked, all condescending like. I felt my face flush, but I wasn't about to back down. Pardon, I said. I have no idea what you mean.
You're walking out, and the presentation has just begun.
I'll be right back, I said, holding up my phone as an explanation. I didn't want to get into the whole situation, and I figured anyone with common sense would understand.
So a phone call is more important than the speech everyone paid to hear?
He prompted again. I was getting annoyed now. Yes, I replied. This one is, he scoffed, like I had just told the most unbelievable lie.
I highly doubt that. Please don't return. You can be rude in the hallway for the rest of the speech.
That was it. I turned back to face him and said, I'd rather have to stay in the hallway than deal with your fragile masculinity. I could see his face turn red as the whole room went silent. I didn't do anything to interrupt your speech. I got up quietly, and no one noticed my leaving but you. You're the one who called attention to it, for no reason, I might add, I continued. And you're still berating me instead of speaking. He just stood there, fuming. So I walked out, took the call, and found out everything was fine at home. But here's the kicker. When I went to grab my things, half the room had followed me out. They didn't want to listen to him anymore after that ridiculous tirade. Now my mother, who was there too, says I overreacted and should have just let him have his moment. She thinks I made things worse by calling him out publicly. But I feel like he was the one who made it a spectacle in the first place. I wasn't being rude. I was handling a personal matter as discreetly as possible. He's the one who decided to make an example out of me. So, am I wrong for calling out his mockery and leaving? Or was I right to point out that he was the only one actually interrupting his own presentation?